Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have something a little bit different to share with you guys. So first up is this little gem here, which is a restraining bolt that's used in Star Wars on R2-D2 as well as C-3PO. Basically there is a vintage part for this. I believe it is a Schneider-Arriflex lens. They go for tons of money on eBay. It's probably about the only place that you can find them. We're talking like upwards of 500 plus. So, and there's an intricate way of disassembly and reassembling them to represent what you see in the movies. That's a little bit out of my realm from a budget standpoint and just the complexity. So for the time being, something like this might be in the 40-50 range. This I was able to get from graniteearth.com. You do have to be an Astromech member to acquire one of these, but it's a nice little prop. Basically it comes all anodized black, and you just simply remove some of that color to reveal the silver. Might do some additional weathering around the edges and such just to give it a little bit more used look. It still looks a little bit too pristine at the moment, but that's the restraining bolt. It does come with a magnet that you can put in the back here, and you can stick it to let's say your R2 unit. If you have steel skin structure, you could use it as a magnet on a fridge, whatnot. So your choice, but so far for me I just left it off as I'm still working on it. And then depending on what reference photos you see, there's some discussion around what goes in the middle here. Some images I think are just left open like this. Others I think they've used some sort of like a carriage bolt and basically, you know, have it sit like that, and then you could put a nut on the back end, but you could kind of play around with that. But anyhow, that's a restraining bolt. Now these two items, they are the Microflame welder torches that you see Luke using. I believe you see the Jawas using to attach the restraining bolt onto R2, and then I also think on the season 1 Mandalorian you see one of these being used, so that's kind of cool. But there's no replicas of these that I'm aware of, so these are all vintage items, and there's actually two versions from a prop standpoint. There's actually a number of different torch welders that you see from Microflame that you'll see on eBay and whatnot. Some are plastic, some are metal, some have different designs, but these are the ones that you would be interested in if you're looking to build out your Star Wars displays. So there's two different versions here. You can see this one here is a Model B version. This one is not. If you go onto some of the reference sites, you know, props of Star Wars, whatnot, it's not 100% clear which one was officially used. I think most folks lean towards the non-Model B version as the one that was used. I was able to pick up both of these relatively inexpensively. This one, the non-Model B, actually was spent less money on that than the Model B, so I think this one was like maybe 20 bucks. This one was like maybe 40. You'll see them go upwards 70, 80, 100. That's just, in my mind, that's too much. You just have to, if you're patient and you're lucky enough, you can find them. But anyway, let's kind of do a quick walkthrough of these two. As you can see, the color on this one, the non-Model B here on the left, it's a little deeper gold. The Model B one is a more muted, paler version, I guess you could say. Not sure if this is the case with all of these torches, but at least from what I can tell, that's what it is. Let's see, from the top you can see you have the controls same colors, except that for the Micronox knob here, it's not painted white, which the other one is. So that's one difference. Other than that, you can see here, you can look at the fonts, they're all the same. This one looks a little bit more bold. Patent numbers are the same, but it seems like the lettering on the Model B is a little bit more crisp, maybe because it's a newer version. There's no markings on this in terms of what the actual age is, but let's say if we move on to the side, there's these couple of holes here on the non-Model B version, whereas this one, it looks like they're just blanks. Backside looks to be the same. And then both of these came with different nozzles. I just happened to put this particular one on the non-Model B, and then with the Model B I just left it without any sort of nozzles. But show you real quickly how these work. This is a reverse thread, so to loosen, you go righty-tighty, and you have the the butane container here. These are all empty. That's what that looks like. Just put it up there, twist the other direction. Same thing for the Micronox tube or canister. There you go. So both of these came with canisters, so that was a plus. You can find these canisters online as well. Some are full, unused. I actually prefer them to be spent. Just because I'm not going to use them for its intended purpose, so if they're empty, it's my preference there. But anyhow, and that's kind of really it. You know, there's a couple of different style canisters. I believe the expected canisters are the green and red for the Micronox and the butane canisters. There is this kind of all gray one that you see every now and then in the reference photos, and then obviously this one is not the right one for the butane. It's a Micronox canister, but I only have one of the reds, the butane canisters. I don't have another one, so once I can source another one, it'll go in this place, but for the time being it's just there as a placeholder. But anyway, kind of cool little prop, not too expensive. In the world of prop collecting, it's actually quite affordable, but it's kind of a neat little thing. And both of these came to me in pretty good shape, just had to clean them up a little bit, but other than that, yeah, it's a cool little addition to my collection. So anyway, hope you found this useful, and if you are searching for one of these, best of luck. Unfortunately at this point, it's either eBay or a dedicated prop forum like the RPF for folks who are looking to let these go. But anyhow, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Take care.